Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel USA Old Coins. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of old United States coins. From the shiny Lincoln pennies to rare Jefferson nickels and historic Washington quarters, each coin tells a story about America's past. These coins aren't just currency, they're tiny pieces of history, carrying the art, culture, and milestones of their era. Whether you're a collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about the value hidden in your pocket change, you're in for an exciting journey. Let's explore the stories behind these iconic coins and uncover the treasures that lie in plain sight. Top 1. Today we travel back to a turning point in American coin history, a year when change was not just in people's pockets but in the entire nation itself. In front of us is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1965, a coin that quietly tells a powerful story of transition, uncertainty, and hidden rarity. At first glance, the Washington quarter of 1965 looks familiar. George Washington's calm and dignified profile still faces left, just as it had for decades. Yet this coin belongs to a year when everything behind that familiar face was changing forever. 1965 was the moment the United States Mint moved away from silver in circulating quarters. Rising silver prices forced the government to make a bold decision, replacing precious metal with a copper and nickel composition. This single change reshaped American coinage for generations. Because of this shift, the 1965 Washington quarter stands at a crossroads between old and new. Collectors see it as the line dividing the silver era from the modern era, and that alone gives this coin lasting historical importance. The design itself remained elegant and strong. John Flanagan's portrait of Washington continued to symbolize leadership, stability, and national pride during a decade filled with cultural and political change. On the reverse, the proud eagle with outstretched wings still clutches its arrows and olive branches. It represents strength balanced with peace, a message especially meaningful during the turbulent 1960s. Most people who handled this coin in daily life never imagined it would one day be studied, collected, and searched for with intense passion. To them, it was simply 25 cents, passed from hand to hand without a second thought, but history has a way of hiding surprises in ordinary objects. Certain Washington quarters from 1965 became extraordinary due to rare minting circumstances that set them apart from millions of others. Collectors know that rarity is not always about age. It is about survival, condition, and unusual production details that make a coin stand out in the vast ocean of standard issues. Some examples from this year were struck under unique conditions, creating coins that should not have existed in that exact form. These unexpected pieces instantly became legends in the numismatic world. The excitement around such coins is fueled by discovery stories. A single quarter pulled from a collection or vault can suddenly rewrite everything its owner thought they knew about modern coinage. The thrill comes from the idea that history made a mistake, and that mistake slipped quietly into circulation, waiting decades to be recognized. For collectors, the 1965 Washington quarter is a reminder to never underestimate modern coins. Even those without silver can hold incredible value when rarity and demand collide. Auction houses have seen intense bidding wars when exceptional examples appear. Each sale adds another chapter to the coin's growing legend. What makes this even more fascinating is how close these coins were to everyday life. They jingled in pockets, rested in cash registers, and paid for small moments in American history. The coin becomes a time traveler, carrying the spirit of 1965 into the present day, connecting generations through metal and memory. Serious collectors examine every detail, from weight to strike quality, searching for clues that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. This process requires patience, knowledge, and sometimes a little bit of luck. But when that rare example is found, The reward can be life-changing. Stories of discovery inspire people around the world to look more closely at their own coins. A simple quarter suddenly feels like a mystery waiting to be solved. That sense of possibility is what keeps coin collecting alive and exciting. Every coin holds a story, but some stories are far more valuable than others. The Washington quarter of 1965 proves that even modern-era coins can rival the legends of the past. It teaches us that value is not just about metal content, but about history, rarity, and the unexpected paths objects take through time. As collectors continue to study and search, this coin's reputation only grows stronger. Each confirmed rare example strengthens its place in American numismatic history. It stands as a symbol of change, not only in composition but in how collectors view modern coins. This quarter reminds us that the next great discovery could be hiding in plain sight. So take a moment to look at your own coins, because you never know what story they might be waiting to tell. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you are curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories. And make sure to like the video to support our journey through American coin history. The rare and exceptional United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1965 has reached an astonishing value of $175,000. Top 2. The story of the United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1966 begins quietly, almost unnoticed, yet it carries the weight of a nation moving forward into a new monetary era. By 1966, America had already stepped away from silver coins, and the change was still fresh in people's hands. This quarter belongs to a moment when the familiar feel of silver was becoming a memory. The country was adjusting, and so was its coinage. Copper and nickel replaced precious metal, marking a bold shift that would define modern American currency. Even without silver, the Washington quarter kept its strong identity. George Washington's portrait remained calm and commanding, a steady presence during years of rapid change. The design reminded citizens of continuity. While the metal changed, the ideals symbolized by Washington did not. On the reverse, the eagle still stood proud, wings spread wide, holding arrows and olive branches as a timeless message of strength and peace. One of the most interesting details of the 1966 quarter is the absence of mint marks. During this period, mint marks were removed to discourage coin hoarding. That small decision created a unique chapter in U.S. mint history, making coins from this year instantly recognizable to trained eyes. Special mint set strikes from 1966 added another layer of mystery. These coins were made with extra care, bridging the gap between business strikes and proofs. Collectors soon realized that not all quarters from this year were equal. Some were far rarer, produced under conditions that set them apart from everyday change. Stories began to circulate of unusual examples appearing years later, stunning collectors who never expected such value from a modern-era coin. Condition plays a powerful role here. Only the finest surviving examples capture the attention of serious collectors and auction houses. Sharp details, clean surfaces, and exceptional strikes elevate these quarters into an entirely different category. Occasional minting errors and extraordinary strikes only add fuel to the excitement surrounding this coin. Over time, the 1966 Washington quarter earned respect, not for its metal, but for its rarity and story. When one of these exceptional pieces appears at auction, the atmosphere changes. Bidding becomes intense, driven by history and scarcity. It is fascinating to remember that these quarters once bought everyday items, passed casually from one person to another. Each surviving coin is a small time capsule, carrying the energy of 1966 into the present. Collectors carefully authenticate these pieces, measuring weight, examining edges, and studying every fine detail. The difference between a common quarter and a legendary one can be almost invisible to the untrained. That mystery is what keeps collectors searching. Every coin becomes a question waiting to be answered. Demand continues to grow as more people learn that modern coins can still hold incredible value. The 1966 quarter teaches an important lesson about patience and knowledge in collecting. It proves that history does not always announce itself loudly, sometimes it whispers through ordinary objects. Interest in this coin reaches far beyond the United States, capturing attention from collectors around the world. Each discovery renews excitement and inspires others to look again at their own collections. Coin collecting is not just about money, but about stories, surprises, and moments frozen in metal. The Washington quarter of 1966 stands as proof that even overlooked years can produce legends. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you're curious about, share it in the comments so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like the video, because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1966 has reached an incredible value of $172,000. Top 3. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1967 comes from a year when the nation was learning to live with change, and its coinage reflected that quiet transformation. Why 1967? Americans were fully adjusting to coins without silver, and the quarter in their hands felt different, even if it looked the same. This coin represents the early days of modern U.S. currency, a period that many overlooked at the time but collectors now study closely. George Washington's profile still appears strong and thoughtful, reminding everyone of leadership and resilience during uncertain years. The familiar portrait created a sense of stability, even as the country moved through cultural shifts and historic moments. On the reverse, the eagle stands firm with wings spread, a powerful image that had already become deeply woven into American identity. Like the previous 2 years, the 1967 quarter carries no mint mark. This was a deliberate choice by the U.S. Mint to reduce hoarding and speculation. That missing detail makes these coins instantly recognizable to knowledgeable collectors and places them in a very specific historical window. During this year, the Mint also produced special mint set coins, struck with extra care and sharper detail than normal circulation pieces. These special strikes are often the foundation of the most valuable examples known today. To the average person in 1967. This quarter was ordinary, used for parking meters, snacks, and daily life. Decades later, that same coin could hold a story far greater than its face value. Collectors discovered that certain examples survived in extraordinary condition, far rarer than anyone expected. Perfect surfaces, strong strikes, and careful preservation elevate these quarters into elite status. Occasional errors and unusual characteristics only add to the mystery and excitement surrounding this issue. Auction houses have seen intense competition when top-quality 1967 quarters appear for sale. Each sale reminds collectors that rarity is not always tied to age or precious metal. Instead, it is tied to survival, demand, and historical importance. The idea that a modern coin could reach legendary status continues to inspire new collectors. People around the world now examine their pocket change with renewed curiosity. The 1967 Washington quarter encourages that sense of discovery and hope. Every coin becomes a potential treasure waiting to be understood. Experts carefully analyze weight, strike quality, and overall preservation to confirm authenticity. The smallest details can separate an ordinary quarter from an extraordinary one, makes the search both challenging and deeply rewarding. The story of this coin is about patience, knowledge, and respect for history. It shows how everyday objects can quietly become symbols of an era, the Washington quarter of 1967, stands as a reminder that modern coins still have secrets. It connects the past to the present in a way few objects can. You have a Washington quarter or any other coin you are curious about? Share it in the comments so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories. And make sure to like the video, because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1967 has reached an impressive value of $169,000. Top 4. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1974 arrives from a decade filled with change, reflection, and quiet determination across the nation. Why this time? Americans were fully accustomed to clad coinage, yet the quarter still carried the weight of tradition and history in its familiar design. This coin circulated during years of economic uncertainty, making it a silent witness to the everyday struggles and hopes of millions of people. George Washington's portrait remained unchanged, calm and steady, offering a sense of continuity in a rapidly evolving world. His image reminded citizens of leadership rooted in principle, even when times felt unpredictable. On the reverse, the eagle continued to spread its wings proudly, symbolizing strength, freedom, and endurance. The 1974 quarter was produced in large numbers, and for many years it was considered nothing more than ordinary pocket change. It passed through countless hands, paid for coffee, newspapers, and bus rides, never drawing attention to itself. Yet coin collecting often proves that the most ordinary-looking coins can hide extraordinary stories. Collectors eventually discovered that certain examples from this year stood far above the rest. Exceptional strike quality and remarkable preservation transformed these quarters into rare survivors. Finding a piece that escaped heavy circulation became increasingly difficult as the years passed. Most were worn down by daily use, leaving only a small number in pristine condition. Those surviving examples became highly desirable among serious collectors. Small details such as sharp lettering, clean fields, and strong eagle feathers suddenly mattered more than ever. Some quarters showed unusual characteristics that sparked excitement and debate in the numismatic community. These subtle differences elevated interest and drove collectors to look closer at a year once ignored. Auction appearances of top quality 1970. For quarters changed perceptions overnight. Bidding wars revealed that demand for the finest examples was far stronger than expected. The coin's value grew not because of silver, but because of rarity and condition. It became proof that modern-era coins could still achieve legendary status. Collectors around the world began reassessing their collections with fresh eyes. The 1974 quarter encouraged patience and careful study. It reminded people that time itself creates rarity by wearing away the common examples. Each well-preserved coin became a time capsule from the 1970s. Experts examine weight, strike, and surface quality to confirm authenticity and grade. The difference between an average coin and a remarkable one can be almost invisible. That thin line is what makes collecting so thrilling and unpredictable. The Washington quarter of 1974 represents overlooked potential. It shows how history quietly rewards those who pay attention. Coins like this keep the spirit of collecting alive for future generations. They prove that value can emerge from the most unexpected places. You have a Washington quarter or any other coin you're curious about? Comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories. And don't forget to like the video, because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1974 has reached a remarkable value of $144,000. Top 5. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1977 comes from a time when the nation was moving forward with confidence after a decade of challenges. This coin circulated during an era of everyday routines, When quarters were used constantly and rarely given a second thought, by 1977, clad coinage was fully accepted, yet the Washington quarter still carried deep historical meaning. George Washington's portrait remained dignified and familiar, a steady symbol passed from one generation to the next. His image connected modern America to its founding ideals, even in a rapidly changing world. The reverse design continued to show the powerful eagle, wings open wide, representing strength and unity. At first glance, this quarter looks like millions of others struck during the same period. It jingled in pockets, sat in cash registers, and disappeared into everyday transactions. For many years, collectors overlooked this date, assuming it held little significance. But numismatics often rewards those who look deeper and wait patiently. As time passed, collectors noticed that truly exceptional examples of this coin were becoming harder to find. Heavy circulation wore down most pieces, leaving only a small number in top condition. Sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong strikes suddenly became incredibly important. The finest surviving quarters from 1977 began to stand out. Collectors realized that rarity was forming naturally through decades of use. Each untouched example became a survivor of countless transactions. Some coins displayed extraordinary strike quality that captured immediate attention. These standout pieces sparked excitement and renewed interest in the year. Auction houses began featuring high-grade examples that surprised many observers. Bidding showed that demand was growing for the best-preserved coins. The value was no longer tied to metal content, but to condition and scarcity. This shift changed how collectors viewed modern Washington quarters. The 1977 quarter became a lesson in patience and observation. He proved that time can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Collectors worldwide began checking rolls, sets, and old collections again. Every discovery added another layer to the coin's story. Experts carefully study weight, luster, and surface quality to confirm authenticity. The smallest imperfection can separate an average coin from an elite one. That challenge keeps collectors engaged and passionate. The coin reflects a period of steady American life, captured in metal. It holds memories of the late 1970s, preserved in its design. Each preserved quarter becomes a quiet witness to history. The Washington quarter of 1977 reminds us to never underestimate modern coins. It shows that value often hides in plain sight. Coins like this continue to inspire curiosity and discovery. They keep the excitement of collecting alive. For new generations, you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you are curious about. Comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories. And make sure to like the video, because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1977 has reached an impressive value of $135,000. Top 6. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1986 from the Philadelphia Mint belongs to a time when modern coinage blended tradition with everyday life. This coin moved through a nation shaped by technology, change, and a growing sense of the future. By the mid-1980s, the Washington quarter had become a constant companion in daily transactions. Even so, its design still carried the weight of history and national identity. George Washington's portrait remained strong and familiar, linking contemporary America to its founding past. The details of his face reflected careful craftsmanship, even on coins meant for mass circulation. On the reverse, the eagle continued to stand proudly, a symbol recognized instantly across the country. The 1986 Philadelphia quarter entered circulation quietly, without fanfare or attention. Millions were struck, and for years it was considered common and unremarkable. These quarters paid for tolls, snacks, and parking meters, becoming part of everyday routine. Most people never imagined that a coin from this era could hold extraordinary potential. Time, however, has a way of revealing surprises. As decades passed, collectors began searching for high-grade examples of modern coins. They discovered that pristine 1986 quarters were far rarer than expected. Heavy circulation took its toll, leaving few untouched survivors. Coins with strong luster and sharp detail became increasingly desirable. Subtle strike characteristics and surface quality started to separate the ordinary from the exceptional. Collectors realized that modern minting did not guarantee perfect preservation. Only a small number of coins escaped wear, damage, and mishandling. These survivors attracted serious attention from the numismatic community. Auction appearances of top-quality examples sparked excitement and competitive bidding. The results challenged assumptions about the value of modern Washington quarters. This coin became proof that age alone does not define rarity. Condition, demand, and historical context play equally important roles. The 1986 Philadelphia quarter represents a bridge between past tradition and modern production. It captures a moment in American history often overlooked by collectors. Each preserved coin acts as a snapshot of the mid-1980s. Experts carefully examine these quarters under magnification to confirm authenticity and grade minute. Details can determine whether a coin is ordinary or extraordinary. That fine line keeps collectors searching and studying. The thrill lies in discovering something special where others see nothing. The Washington quarter of 1986 reminds us to look closer. It shows that even modern pocket change can become legendary. Coins like this inspire curiosity and patience in collectors of all levels. They prove that hidden value can exist in plain sight. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you're curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and don't forget to like the video. Because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1986 from the Philadelphia Mint has reached an impressive value of $102,000. Top 7. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1988 from the Denver Mint carries the quiet confidence of a modern coin that few people ever stopped to admire. This quarter moved through everyday life at a fast pace, reflecting an era defined by routine, growth, and forward momentum. By the late 1980s, the Washington quarter was a familiar object, rarely examined beyond its face value. Yet behind that ordinary appearance lies a story collectors have come to respect. George Washington's portrait still commands attention with its calm expression and timeless strength. The design connects a rapidly changing America to its historic foundations. The reverse, the eagle remains bold and balanced, symbolizing unity and endurance. The Denver Mint produced large quantities of quarters in 1988. 4 years. These coins blended seamlessly into circulation. They passed through countless hands, worn down by daily use and repetition. Because of this heavy circulation, most examples lost their original sharpness. Collectors later realized how difficult it was to find pristine survivors. Coins that retained strong luster and crisp details became increasingly rare. The search for top-quality 1988 Denver quarters began in earnest. Small differences in strike quality separated average coins from outstanding ones. Strong feather details and clean fields became signs of exceptional pieces. These high-grade coins started to gain serious attention. Auction houses began featuring them, surprising many longtime observers. Competitive bidding revealed a growing appreciation for modern-era rarity. This shift challenged the idea that only older coins deserve collector focus. The 1988 Denver quarter proved that time creates scarcity even in modern coinage. Each surviving example tells a story of preservation against the odds. collectors carefully inspect these coins under magnification. They study luster, surfaces, and strike to determine true quality. One tiny flaw can dramatically affect a coin's standing. That level of precision keeps collectors deeply engaged. The thrill comes from recognizing greatness where others see ordinary change. The coin reflects a moment in American life when progress felt steady and strong. It captures the everyday energy of the late 1980s. Over time, its reputation has steadily grown. The Washington quarter of 1988 from Denver stands as an example of overlooked potential. It encourages collectors to look beyond age and metal content. Coins like this keep modern numismatics exciting and unpredictable. They remind us that value often reveals itself slowly. Each discovery adds another chapter to the coin's evolving story. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you're curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like the video, because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1988 from the Denver Mint has reached an impressive value of $96,000. Top 8. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1989 from the Philadelphia Mint belongs to a year balanced between the end of a decade and the promise of something new. This coin moved quietly through daily life, unnoticed by most. Yet it carried the same historic design Americans had trusted for generations. By the late 1980s, the Washington quarter had become a constant presence, rarely examined beyond its face value. Still, every coin holds a story, and this one is no exception. George Washington's portrait remains calm and resolute, a symbol of leadership that never fades with time. The familiar image connects modern America to its revolutionary roots. In the reverse, the eagle stands proud with wings spread, a design that continued to speak of strength and balance. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of quarters in 1989. It flowed easily into circulation, blending into everyday transactions. Most of these coins experienced heavy use, quickly losing their original brilliance. Because of that, untouched examples became surprisingly scarce. Collectors later realized that finding a high-grade 1989 Philadelphia quarter was far from easy. Coins with strong luster and crisp details became highly sought after. Subtle differences in strike quality began to matter more than ever. Well-defined feathers and clean fields signaled exceptional pieces. These rare survivors started gaining attention in collector circles. Auction results confirmed that demand was quietly rising. The value of these quarters came not from silver, but from condition and rarity. This challenged long-held beliefs about modern U.S. coinage. The 1989 quarter proved that even recent history can produce treasures. Each preserved coin reflects careful handling or simple luck. Collectors inspect these quarters with precision and patience. Tiny marks or dull surfaces can dramatically affect desirability. The line between common and extraordinary is often very thin. That challenge is what makes collecting so exciting. This coin captures the spirit of a nation closing out a decade of change. It holds the energy of a time filled with transition and optimism. Over the years, interest in this issue has steadily grown. The Washington quarter of 1989 from Philadelphia stands as a modern collectible with real significance. It encourages collectors to re-examine coins once overlooked. Every discovery adds depth to its story. Coins like this remind us that value can emerge long after a coin is spent. They show how time reshapes ordinary objects into collectibles. The search for pristine examples continues to inspire curiosity. Modern coins still have secrets waiting to be uncovered. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you're curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and don't forget to like the video. because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1989 from the Philadelphia Mint has reached an impressive value of $93,000. Top 9. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1991 from the Philadelphia Mint comes from a moment when America was stepping confidently into a new decade. This coin moved through daily life during a time of transition, when technology, culture, and routines were all beginning to shift. By 1991, the Washington quarter was deeply familiar, almost invisible in everyday use, yet familiarity often hides stories that only time can reveal. George Washington's portrait still appears strong and thoughtful, carrying the weight of history into the modern age. His image reminded Americans that even as the future approached quickly, the nation's foundations remained firm. The reverse design continued to feature the proud eagle, a lasting symbol of strength and balance. Millions of quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint that year. They entered circulation immediately, filling cash registers, pockets, and coin jars. Most were heavily used, spending years in constant motion. As a result, true high-quality examples became harder to find with each passing year. Collectors eventually noticed that pristine 1991 quarters were surprisingly scarce, where scratches and dull surfaces claimed the majority of surviving coins. Those few that retained sharp detail and original luster stood out dramatically. Strong strikes and clean fields became the defining features of exceptional pieces. Collectors began searching rolls, mint sets, and old collections for untouched examples. The excitement grew as more people realized modern coins could still become valuable. Auction appearances of top-grade 1991 quarters confirmed rising interest. Competitive bidding showed that demand was real and growing. This challenged the idea that only old or silver coins deserve attention. The value of this quarter came from rarity created by time and circulation. Each preserved coin became a small victory against everyday wear. Collectors carefully inspect these coins under magnification. Tiny marks can mean the difference between common and extraordinary. That fine margin is what makes collecting both difficult and thrilling. The 1991 quarter reflects a calm but confident moment in American history. T represents a nation looking forward while holding on to tradition. Every surviving high-grade example tells a quiet story of preservation. The coin's reputation has steadily strengthened over the years. It has earned respect among collectors who understand modern rarity. The Washington quarter of 1991 proves that value is not always immediate. Sometimes it takes decades for importance to emerge. This coin encourages collectors to look closely at what they already have. It reminds us that everyday objects can become historical artifacts. Modern coins still have secrets waiting to be discovered. Each new find adds another chapter to the story. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you are curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like the video. Because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1991 from the Philadelphia Mint has reached an impressive value of $87,000. Top 10. The United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1994 from the Philadelphia Mint belongs to a time when everyday life was moving faster, yet coins still quietly carried history in people's pockets. This quarter circulated during a decade filled with change, growth, and the rise of a new generation shaped by technology and global connection. By 1994, the Washington quarter had become so familiar that most people barely noticed it anymore, yet the most ordinary coins often hide the most surprising stories. George Washington's portrait continued to reflect strength, calm, and leadership, unchanged by the passing decades. That familiar face connected modern America to its earliest ideals, even in a rapidly evolving world. On the reverse, The eagle remained proud and balanced, symbolizing unity and endurance through time. Millions of quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint during this year. They entered circulation quickly, used daily in shops, buses, and vending machines. Most of these coins experienced heavy wear almost immediately. Scratches, dull surfaces, and softened details became common as the years passed. Because of this, well-preserved examples slowly disappeared from circulation. Collectors later discovered that finding a pristine 1994 Philadelphia quarter was far more difficult than expected. Coins with original luster and sharp strikes became increasingly rare. Small details such as crisp lettering and clear feather lines began to matter greatly. Only a limited number of coins survived with these qualities intact. Those survivors attracted serious attention from collectors. As interest grew, auction houses began featuring top-quality examples. The results surprised many who once believed modern coins had little potential. Bidding revealed strong demand driven by condition and scarcity. This quarter became proof that rarity can be created by time, not just age. Collectors began re-examining rolls, sets, and old collections. Each discovery brought renewed excitement and curiosity. Experts carefully inspect these coins under magnification. Tiny marks or imperfections can significantly affect value. That fine difference is what makes coin collecting both challenging and rewarding. The 1994 quarter reflects a steady moment in American history. T represents everyday life quietly preserved in metal. Each preserved coin tells a story of chance, care, or simple luck over time. The reputation of this issue has steadily grown. A T has earned respect among collectors who understand modern numismatics. The Washington quarter of 1994 reminds us not to overlook recent history. Modern coins can still surprise those willing to look closely. They encourage patience, knowledge, and curiosity. Every coin holds a story waiting to be discovered. If you have a Washington quarter or any other coin you are curious about, comment below and share what you have so we can help you learn more. Subscribe to the channel and comment for more fascinating coin stories, and make sure to like the video. Because the rare United States of America Washington quarter dollar of 1994 from the Philadelphia Mint has reached an impressive value of $78,000.